Today I'm going to share with you how I make this ring. It has a nice texture and it's not perfect because I made it with really, when I make this ring, it was just with a piece of pliers, metal, and I made it and then I finished the texture later on and then polish it really good. But I'm going to share with you how I made it and what kind of tools I'm going to use today. I found this. It's just an electrical wire. I found this and when I clean up sometimes beside the roads, I find all this wire and it's really dirty. So I'm going to clean up by using the sandpaper. And as you can see, it's pretty color inside. So that's what I'm going to do. After a little while, like 30 years after, no, like a few minutes, that's what I have. For those who's asking what kind of wire is this, I do not know what kind of wire. It's so clean now, but I believe that this wire is the one they use for the electric poles, ground wire. So I don't know, it'd be like number four, one, four. I don't know. I don't have the gauge. Eventually, I will get a tool. And now, next, we're gonna move to hit this in there. Make sure both of your surfaces are clean with a sandpaper. Clean up your both of your areas, so that way the metal will be nice and clean and shiny. It will shine better. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna torture you. I'm not gonna torture you with watching how I hammer a wire. Just you got the idea. And always gonna get bendy. And make sure you always, get any piece of metal that you get. I just have this piece of rail that I have, and it's gonna get crooked a little bit, but that's why you need a wood. Wood doesn't damage your, your copper, much as metal. And then it's more straight. We leave a lot of things out when you cut off, when you stop recording. But I'm gonna keep working on it, and that's how it looks right now. I mean, and it has some texture. We're gonna use a different tool to make texture, like this one, so it'll be nice. All right, let me keep working on, and I'm just gonna keep flattening, hammer it more, a little bit more, and then we cut it off. I don't like to cut it because when you cut it, you lose more, so I'm gonna try to leave it on. I'm gonna continue hammer this and out. If your surface is clean and you hammer it's clean too, you actually don't damage much your metal. Like it gets a texture and the size too. So that was kind of new for me learning that it's. Now we're gonna switch. This is a flathead. This is a round. This will give them a little bit different texture. Let me go. Now that it's I'm gonna straighten this up a little bit. And that's the texture that it has right now. It did damage a little bit the copper, because this it's not perfectly soft. It has some marks, and all these marks that transfer to the hammering, as you can see. But we'll see the end result. We're gonna clean that up really good, and let me see if I can focus more and show you. You can see the marks from the hammer, how that is. But I'm not gonna worry about that too much at the moment. We need to use a cleaner, and that's how it looks now. I'll polish this a little bit. For that, I'm using a ro- rotary, or let me see what this thing is. One of those tools, rotary, I think they call them. I know them by I forgot is. Anyway, I got this one from Walmart. It came with all bunch with the kid that it was ready to polish. This has this little wheel that is white, but I put some. You need to get the. Let me get. I call them Dremels, but it's this rotary that came from Walmart with all this bunch of stuff that it's good. So this one right there is the one right here, and this one right here is the one I'm using. So it comes with this, and you can use that. But for that, I have to buy this. It's like a eraser that is just it helps to polish. I use this to polish my knives, and I just put a little bit in it, and then polish the the copper. I learned that by how I shine this one. Okay, so this is how I shine this one right here. You can still see the marks because I didn't clean them up like this one. I made a mistake to use this head. This head have a lot of marks because I used them for. I need to clean that up more. Um, yeah, so it's gonna have those marks, but we're just gonna work with it, go with it and see and clean up. So all right, let's go make the ring. Now to cut this one, we're not gonna use any fancy tools. We're just gonna measure the same my finger for which finger I'm just gonna go around and then cut it right there. I'm gonna use this pliers, just regular pliers, nothing fancy. I'm gonna cut it right there. First I have to measure, figure it out. I'm gonna cut it right there, and that's how I'm gonna cut it. So you don't see the using no fancy tools. I'm gonna cut it right there, put it right there, tap it with my hammer. You can use whatever that you have. I'm just using that. I could have used I don't have my pliers right now that I usually use. I'm gonna clean them up really good with this file. I can use the sand belt sander that I have here, but I'm just gonna use it by hand for the moment. All right, we have our piece now, nice and shiny. Both sides we clean it up to in there pretty good with the rotary or the Dremel. Today you can use pliers, but you damage the copper. So today I'm gonna uh, introduce to my new tool. I was looking at the tools that we people use to make rings, and they're really expensive. So I just came with my own idea. I make my own um, wooden um, ring mandrel. So we'll see if it works today. If not, it's okay. Um, but I'm not gonna torment you with this. I'm gonna use this for real. That's what I'm gonna use, and I don't. I'll I'll come back when I get it more. But that's how I'm gonna make it. This is my ideas, many ideas, and that's how it's gonna be. And I'm just trying testing it out right now, and I think it's gonna work. And I'm gonna stick to my plan. I have a real metal mandrel I can use too, or you can use any. I cut this one too from a car TV joint, I think is what it is, and it should fit perfectly in here. And let me zoom out, and then it helps me to straighten them out, and it fits in here, and it goes. And I come back after I got them all ready, so you don't have to. That's how it start looking now. Right now, it I need to straighten it a little bit in there, but it's all by using that little jig. I mean, the tools to make rings are nice, but they're really expensive at the moment. Out of my reach. So I'm gonna figure it out just to make things fun. It's easy. I'm not trying to make it to sell them. I'm just having fun. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it right there. Straighten them out a little bit. If I need to use this belt sander, I will use it just to make it more even in there. So for that, I'm gonna use these pliers and try to bend it a little bit. So I'm gonna cover those pliers with tape or something. After I straighten it out a little bit, now I'm gonna introduce you. I just got this mandrel from Amazon. I mean, just the only reason I got this one because I like, let me zoom out. I like the real metal, solid metal. So, and I'm gonna introduce you to this little hammer. It's what is gonna give them the texture. And here's what I'm gonna do. Gonna lay it there, and I'm gonna just start with from there. And I'm not gonna bore you with that. So that's what I'm gonna do. And after I hammer a little bit, that's how it looks. It's gonna get bigger as I hammer down, but I'll bring it back to normal level to bring it to this. And after 2 days of hammering, then that's what the result. No, it was not that long really. It just like, I think this is the most fun part. And I can fix all that and just get a saw and clean it up, press it down. Yes, we need more tools, but just with the tools I have right now, it's what I did. I did not use the bent sander because I could have just take off some of the edges and make it more round, like this one, and also look rounded. This one looks more square. This is different a little bit, but they're different, the same texture. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna polish this using the Dremel, and that's how I'm gonna. Let me see. There you go. So here's how I'm gonna just clean it up. Now I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit, inside, outside, just to see how the sun is setting. That was my light. Sorry that I don't have a nice background. It's all my own concrete. My main thing is I just want to show you how this thing works, like how sharing with you what my ideas that I come across. Not this is not a tutorial how to make this or that. So I made it for this ring. I mean this finger. I'm not gonna show you my finger. I'm just gonna show you that I made it for this ring, this finger. and that's how it looks. If you don't want it to nobody to look the same right there, you can just hide it on one side or the other, and nobody will know that this ring is actually. So it's it's that's how it looks, and that's how it looks. I think it looks really nice. It turned out really nice. I can still work with it and take some down on the side so it look more round. And the next time I'm going to show you how I make this texture too. We can make any textures that you want. I use this hammer. I like this hammer because it has the round, smooth area. And I like this. You can get this through Amazon too. It's just few tools that I've been collecting. And then, yeah. So this jig I came across because I can't afford to buy the other ones yet. So it's just a hobby. I'm not selling it or anything. I just came across. Remember that this is just a copper that I recycle. I mean, it's nothing. Did this leave mark in my finger? I'll say no. My ring doesn't leave no marks yet. Thinking that it was copper, it will leave a mark in, like green marks in my finger, but actually doesn't. I mean, it just fits nice. Even if I try, these three are different from different material. This is thinner. It's not as thick as that one. These two are the same material, and this I don't know the size of this copper, but it was nice, and I think I'll just give them away after. This has been my favorite. This has been my favorite so far for the rings that I've made before. I think it just they're fun to make. I mean, it's nice, and they're here. If you know if your finger gets stuck, you can always open it from there. That's the good thing about this. I didn't want to Sodom, this right there. But anyway, so have fun, enjoy life, and I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you stay to the to the end, I just want to thank you so much for your precious time. I know your time is precious, and I will recognize. I know that. So thank you for sharing, and God bless you. Have a good time.